Imagine aliens took over Earth and without a word made it so humanity can never reproduce again. No doctors, no snip snip, just an unseen force that steals your future. This is the reality under the Combine Suppression Field, an invisible method of control that's far more devastating than it first appears. By cutting off the ability to reproduce, the Combine ensures that humanity's population will slowly decline, removing any chance for renewal or growth. But what drives this decision? How does it reflect the Combine's larger strategy for Earth, and what does it say about their true intentions? Understanding the suppression field means looking at not only the mechanics and purpose behind it, but also the subtle ways it reshaped life under the Combine's rule. In Half-Life 2, the suppression field is introduced during a key moment in Dr. Kleiner's lab. While Gordon Freeman is being prepared for his next journey, Kleiner briefly explains that the Combine has deployed a field preventing all human reproduction. He touches on the significance of this measure, noting that humanity has been rendered biologically stagnant. Without the possibility of new generations, Earth's population will naturally decline over time, removing the need for mass killings. Kleiner's insight, delivered almost casually, illustrates the Combine's methodical and long-term approach to control. By ensuring that no children can be born, the Combine doesn't just oppress, they set the stage for a world where resistance will eventually dwindle to nothing. Beyond Kleiner's dialogue, there are environmental hints and contextual clues that reinforce the suppression's field presence. Citizens in City 17 live subdued, stagnant lives under the Combine's rule, with no mention or indication of new births. The field's effects are felt more in the tone and atmosphere of the world than in any direct exposition, leaving us to piece together the full impact of this chilling measure. To truly understand the suppression field's impact, one must consider the lives of those who endured it. Citizens in City 17 and other Combine-controlled areas live in a world stripped of natural cycles and future prospects. Gone are the sounds of children playing, replaced by the relentless repetition of Combine patrols and propaganda broadcasts. The knowledge that no new generation will ever be born casts a long shadow over every aspect of life. Communities once held together by family ties and generational bonds now find themselves unraveling, their members isolated by despair and the absence of hope. Without the prospect of a future, people lose the sense of purpose that comes with building something greater than themselves. Dreams of raising families or watching children grow up vanish. The world feels stagnant, as if time itself has stopped. Wonder fades, replaced by a dull acceptance of a joyless existence. Daily routines become an exercise in survival, and even simple pleasures seem hollow. Life as a citizen under the suppression field is not just about oppression, it's about the slow erasure of what it means to be human. Now this brings up the question, if the Combine is so powerful and sees humans as non-essential, why keep anyone alive? The answer lies in their cold, calculated approach. They aren't looking to exterminate everyone outright because even a subdued human population still has value, both as a resource and as a tool. Even under strict control, people can be used for labor and for maintaining the infrastructure the Combine now owns. This includes basic tasks like operating machinery, repairing facilities, and performing day-to-day upkeep that the Combine may find more convenient than relying solely on synthetic workers. Additionally, the Combine uses humanity for long-term research. By keeping a population alive, they can study unique biological and psychological traits, potentially integrating these into their synthetic creations. More than that, a surviving population serves as a stark reminder to other dimensions. Resistance is futile, obedience is expected. In this way, humanity becomes both a resource and a symbol, leveraged to support the Combine's broader ambitions. Now, what would happen if the suppression field was suddenly turned off? Would humanity jump at the chance to have children again? On the surface, it might seem like an obvious win. Finally, a future generation could be born. But after years under Combine rule, the question becomes more complicated. The world left behind by the Combine isn't just physically damaged, it's also psychologically scarred. People have endured a life devoid of purpose, wonder, and hope. Even if reproduction became possible again, would parents see any point in raising children into a world still under heavy Combine control? What if having children no longer felt like a blessing, but a cruel act of subjecting another generation to hardship and oppression? The suppression field's removal wouldn't automatically restore humanity's spirit or faith in the future. Without a clear path to freedom, people might hesitate to bring new life into a world that offers little more than survival. And in this way, even without the suppression field, the Combine's shadow could still loom large, making the decision to rebuild a population anything but straightforward. Beyond the primary function of the suppression field inhibiting essential protein chains necessary for embryonic development, the suppression field serves additional strategic roles in the Combine's control over Earth. Dr. Wallace Breen, Earth's administrator under Combine rule, addresses the suppression field in his broadcasts, suggesting that it suppresses the urge to reproduce, and claiming it will be deactivated once humanity demonstrates it no longer needs it. However, this appears to be propaganda, as civil protection units are promised non-mechanical reproduction simulation as a reward, indicating that reproductive urges persist among humans. The term non-mechanical reproduction simulation is not explicitly defined in the games, and it leads to various interpretations among the community. Some speculate it refers to virtual reality experience or chemically induced sensations that mimic the act of reproduction without actual physical interaction. Others suggest it could involve supervised physical interactions devoid of emotional connection, further dehumanizing the participants. Regardless of the method, this reward system underscores the Combine's manipulation of basic human instincts to maintain control over their enforcers. In summary, the suppression field is a multifaceted instrument of the Combine's dominion, serving not only to prevent human reproduction, but also to manipulate and control the human population through psychological means and strategic use of propaganda. By controlling reproductive capabilities and exploiting inherent human desires, the Combine effectively suppresses resistance and ensures compliance among both civilians and their own operatives. The suppression field was maintained through the Combine Citadel in City 17. During the events leading to the Citadel's destruction, the field was deactivated. Dr. Isaac Kleiner announced this development, encouraging survivors to consider contributing to the revival of the human species. With the suppression field deactivated, humanity faces the challenge of rebuilding its population and society. The absence of children for an extended period has left communities without the vibrancy and continuity that younger generations provide. Empty playgrounds and schools stand as reminders of the Combine's oppressive regime. The possibility of new life brings hope, but also requires addressing practical aspects of nurturing a generation in a world still recovering from occupation. Now, what do you think? Do you think you could live in a world where the government mandates birth control? I'm not getting political or anything, this is just Half-Life. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you next time. mrstawiki out.